some of you may be wondering how to get recordings of MIDI that actually can maybe sound a little bit better than the Microsoft MIDI player or some other things. But, you know, clever ways to make it sound a little bit better, something you can practice your guitar with, or bass, or piano, or something, give you tempo and stuff like that. It can be done with a desktop or a laptop or virtually any computer, PC or Mac. I'm sure there's Linux programs that'll do it. Basically, you need hardware. What you need is a sound card. Now, your typical desktop sound card will have, or older ones did, or if you buy one that has the game port, so you can plug a joystick into your computer, and that's, you know, a cable, something like this here, and see, there's the little end of it, and that plugs right into the back of your sound card. And then the MIDI cables, you can look at them there. This configuration, this is what goes into the input, into the in and out of your keyboard, and so this way you can command the instruments. Depending on what kind of setup you have, you can actually control multi MIDI voices. For instance, I have a keyboard, a drum set, electronic drum set, and then a drum machine, and I can control all of them with the computer at the same time. And this is useful in the times when, say, your keyboard doesn't have a very good muted guitar voice. It just sounds funny. But your drum machine actually has a nice sounding one. Well, that's what you want to do there, is use that voice instead of using the one from whatever instrument you choose. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch places here, and let's take a look at the computer screen. Okay. So as we're looking at the computer screen here, you can see I have a MIDI file that I imported. I've already set up the voices. I'm using the keyboard for this particular configuration because the keyboard sounds the best. And so we have a fretless guitar, nylon guitar, a harmonica, electric guitar, muted, overdrive guitar, percussive organ, harmonica, and this is the drums here, usually on channel 10. And then it has another electric guitar muted. Now this channel here, what I'm doing with this is I'm actually recording, these are going to play, right, and that'll give a wave sound. And then I'm going to record that wave sound over here onto this track, and I have the track armed. Now, keeping in mind, this is the way it works with Cakewalk, but virtually any other program is going to be similar to this in that you're going to have you know, some sort of a way to monitor your input that you're recording, and a way to tell which voice to go where. If you're doing this with the onboard sound card, you're going to want to take that output and record it into something else. You can't really take that and record it because you'll cause a feedback loop. So it has to be, like, say, from a desktop, you play the MIDIs with the desktop and record into your laptop. And use like a mini 1/8 inch plug, something like this, you know, stereo plug in between the two, from your headphone or speaker out into your line in, preferably, or your microphone if that's all you have, and just make sure you set it up nicely. And so also what I've done here, the harmonicas don't sound good. Overdrive guitar almost never sounds good. I mean, you have to buy a special voice for that. And for some reason this percussive organ, I don't know what it's doing. I didn't like it. And the harmonica, some of this stuff might even be like the vocals. And so I didn't need those in this recording, you know. And so here we go. Let me just check a few things really quick. Just make sure I'm not, okay, I'm not giving a metronome sound. Don't want to record that. And then you hit record. And so the keyboard's actually playing this. You can see down here I got a pretty low level, but it's a digital recording, so I'm pretty happy with that. I can go back and normalize it or just turn the volume up on it. As long as I'm getting a nice clean recording. And that's pretty much how it works. And you know, you're going to have to figure out each of your own programs to do this and figure out your MIDI. So there you have it. I mean, that's pretty much the whole routine. You have to get your MIDIs, assign the voices where to go, and figure out where your output's going to be for each one of those voices. And you can get as complicated as you want to. It's really up to you. Simple, complicated, it's great. You're unlimited. And then if you buy special voices, excuse me, you can actually make things that normally wouldn't sound good in MIDI actually sound good. My experience is this is probably the best way to do it, where you're turning around and recording the sounds using external voices, keyboards, sound, drum machines, drums and things like that. And a little bit more money is spent on those voices, so they just naturally sound better. And obviously the thing that you want to do, say if you're a bass player, omit the bass line. And this way you can fill that in later. And obviously the same thing applies with guitars. Like I said, my setup, I can't really do guitars very well. They sound clinky. I can get a good muted guitar, a good nylon guitar. And that's what I limit it to. And obviously you can turn around and put vocals over this. A great way to practice your harmonies. A great way to record things, say if you're unable to record your drummer, or if your drummer has an electronic drum set, you could actually record the MIDI and you'll get what he's playing. And this way go back in and you can record a studio album, say, in your own home with your own computer. Now let's get back to the computer really quick and I'll just show you the finished result. And you end up with a WAV file, and obviously that you can turn into an MP3 or MP4 or any file type that you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all this MIDI stuff back out of the way, and so you can see what we ended up with. And I'm going to disarm this track and solo it. Okay, so as you can see, we have the MIDI, and here is the actual WAV file that was recorded. Let's take a listen to that, and that'll pretty much run you through it. So let's listen to what we got here. Just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. That's a basic MIDI class, how to get your MIDIs to sound a little bit better, so they sound a little bit more usable, and have a great time recording, and have a great day.